Hello Soulbridge tribe, welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing the devil, Lucifer, and where he lives and what his job is. The Underworld, also known as the Netherworld or Hell, is a supernatural world of the dead in various religious traditions and myths, located below the third dimensional world we know as Earth. Evil spirits in the fourth dimension of Earth, often linked to the astral plane, include figures like the jinn, who are the playful, trifling spirits in Islamic lore, who take important matters lightly, disrespectfully, or carelessly. Also, demonic entities preying on humans, malevolent shadow beings, or animal-like creatures described in various traditions and conceived as existing in a parallel energetic realm, accessible through higher dimensions, explaining their ability to appear, disappear, or interact with our 3D world. The devil is considered the supreme malevolent entity who leads or commands other evil spirits and dark entities, which are often referred to as demons. Lucifer's name means the light bringer. This is often seen as his pre-fallen name, seen in the book of Job as an accuser permitted to test human faith. The goal was to provide free will choices to humans, however poor choices those may be. His Illuminati team believe they're better and smarter than humans due to their ability to hide, delude, disguise, and distract humans from their life path goals. Despite their name meaning illumination, which is Illuminati, they're not luminous, and they seek darkness. They hide from truth. They fear God. They fear Jesus. They are play actors keeping a role to pretend power. In Abrahamic religions, Satan, the devil, and Lucifer generally refer to the same fallen angelic being, but the names come from different languages and contexts. Satan means adversary or accuser. This describes his role after falling. Devil comes from the Greek word diabolos, which sounds like diablo, right, in Spanish, meaning slanderer. It's a title or generic term for him as a chief evil spirit. So they aren't different entities, they're different names or titles for the same chief adversary. Satan and his demons are on earth causing nothing but distraction. They can only make suggestions, they have no real power. Demons are the other angels who fell with Lucifer. Demons are believed to be capable of possessing people, causing illness, mental anguish, and inspiring humans to do evil. The devil's often seen as the mastermind behind this activity, orchestrating the forces of darkness. The devil and his demons also represent darker impulses, man's internal struggle with sin, and the external force of chaos in the evil world. Demons are active in the underworld, which is the fourth dimension, but also seek to inhabit human forms, finding open doors. Remember those holes in the aura I spoke of? Such as drug use, trauma, such as during war, or emotional and psychological weakness, as in with mental illness. Hell is, in many religious traditions, the abode of the devil, which is usually beneath the earth. It's a place of unredeemed dead or the spirits of the damned. Dark entities or evil spirits, being lower vibrational entities, do not dwell where good spirits exist at higher levels. They seek out dark places, people who have dark thoughts, and they're attracted to people who are dishonest, disloyal, and service to self. The movie Ghost does a great job of showing the dark entities coming to get a recently deceased drug dealer who had just killed the person, portrayed by actor Patrick Swayze. You can see them rise up and surround the criminal spirit, then drag him off to the underworld. Is the underworld hell? It may be. People who had near-death experiences reported a dark tunnel that opened and they were pulled down. They found themselves in a space with fire pits, the devil, and screaming people writhing in agony. The underworld is often imagined as a place of punishment rather than mere darkness and decomposition because of the widespread belief that a moral universe requires judgment and crime must not pay. Hell itself is understood to be the preeminent symbol of evil, alienation, despair. In Old English, hell belongs to a family of Germanic words meaning to cover or to conceal. It's a land where God does not exist. It's the ultimate prison. It's a distant land of no return, a house of dust where the dead dwell, without distinction, without rank or merit. It's sealed as a fortress would be, typically by what is described as 7 gates, barred against invasion or escape. When the man who had a near-death experience found himself falling into hell, witnessing for himself the torture fields, which are historically called the torture fields of Tartarus, he began to cry. He began to pray. He asked God for help. Jesus appeared to him. The devil bowed to Jesus and backed away. It was abundantly clear who was in charge. Jesus said to the man, all you had to do was ask for me, and here I am. And this coming from a man who was not religious. He did not believe he was worthy of love, and yet Jesus told him he was, and that he could go back to life on earth and try it again. He began to sob and show remorse, and so he was sent back to earth. He did change his ways. You can bet he gave up everything, all the drugs, all the gang affiliations, all the sketchy behaviors. He changed completely, and then that was when he understood hell is a real place. Is hell an imaginary place? In terms of power, hell is all about suggestion. The devil can't make you do something. They can only induce fear, guilt, remorse, feelings of inferiority or anger. So you shoot in order not to be shot. You stab in order not to be tortured. You're forced to act by your own belief that the alternative will be worse, and you're led entirely by suggestion. This is the power of Satan, to induce fear into the mind. You're always free to leave the devil behind and walk away. He can't hold you. What role does Soulbridge have in Soulbridge Holistics? Let's explain what the Soulbridge is. The concept in Zoroastrianism is that at the time of judgment, the dead confront their conscience in personified form on a symbolic bridge, from which they fall into hell to be tortured or pass into heaven for blissful reward. This soul bridge is a kind of balancing beam or a weighing system. The concept of the soul bridge is in and of itself a straight and narrow path, because you can only go forward or backward. I myself envision the soul bridge as a quiet area above the crowds where one has a perfect view of the endless horizon, and below one can see a group to the left and another group to the right. They speak different languages, they have different cultures, but here I am between the two as a mediator, yelling down at them, directing them, instructing them, pointing toward them, waving at them, informing them about each other, and trying to assure each group that the other one exists. Does it make me a messenger or a healer? A conduit? A channel? Do I send warnings? Do I send messages of great anticipation to those below? Even Jesus saw himself up on a bridge, which I guess is a sort of place people go for peace or for clear sentience when they need to ponder time and space. So while alienation from God is seen as a permanent expression of the human's own ill-used freedom, those who create with God are given more favor over time, which leads to the idea of the meek inheriting the earth. Thus now you know why we skip from the 3rd dimension directly over the 4th dimension, and we are ascending directly into the 5th dimension, with those who desire the new earth to move into it. And with that, a change into 5th dimension, greater gifts and greater abilities will come, and the negative entities will stay back in 3rd dimension, with those who did not prefer to come to New Earth due to it being too clean, too pure, too high vibration, too heavenly and light-filled. Luminous beings abound in 5th dimension, and we will be with our soul family. I hope to have us well prepared for this journey home. I hope this explained something for you, and that it was of value. If If you like my video, please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Leave a positive comment below, and if you so see fit, please click on the link below to buy me a coffee. We'll see you again, Soul Family. Stay luminous.